What's up, farmers? This is Dave CN5. Happy Friday, bitches. I am back with an update video for those of you that watched the video on how to map your own controls for Farming Simulator 17 a couple days ago. I just want to give you guys an update. Giant Software came out about 9 hours ago and updated a patch. The current patch is 1.2.1. If you are a Steam user, you're going to log in and you're going to see all your controls are gone. That's why your controls are gone. And if you're not a Steam user and you're still doing all of the XML file changes yourself, there is a much easier way to do this now. So don't keep plugging away trying to do that. So I want to show you guys how to figure out what version you have. So if you go to Documents, My Games, Farming Simulator, and go down to Version, double click and say how do you want to open this file. Use Notepad++, and it's going to say 1.2.1.1. So that's how you know that you have the updated version. Now what does it mean for us? What it means is the game is actually communicating more effectively with multiple devices. So when you're going to go in, all the controls are going to be reset to default. Don't be discouraged by that. You're not going to have to start everything over again. So this is what you're going to see. You're going to see all the default controls. And I'm going to delete a bunch, or actually all these. So we, again, have a clean slate. There's less to mess up. So it is working with multiple devices. One of the things you're going to notice is they split the y-axis, basically up and down axis. They split it into two different axes now. And that got rid of the problem that people were having with front loaders or telehandlers, where the boom would just continuously go up or continuously go down and seem to not have an end in sight. Another thing it did is it did fix issues people had with steering wheels. Again, I'm using a Logitech G29, or the other version is the G920. So I can only speak from my experiences with the G29. But I'm going to scroll down and should be coming up. Okay, here we go. The brake axis. I'm going to go ahead and hit my brake pedal. Again, I didn't change anything in the Logitech gaming software. I literally launched the game. This is how I found it. I'm just showing you guys this. So before people go backwards or they turn right and the vehicle would go left. So true to form, let's go down and work on the front loader tool since I already explained that process in the last video. So left Y, that's going to be boom up and down. So this should show up as the Y-axis on device 2. And it did, device 2, and here's your axis 5 and axis 6 because they split that axis. So next we're going to do bucket tilt, which should be axis number 1 on device 2, and it is. And the other one we're going to do is the open front loader tool, which would be axis number 3 on device 2. Now we're going to go down to the crane. Again, rotate crane right. Make sure to pay attention to this last word. If it says right, you need to push the stick in this direction in order for it to work. So rotate to the right, axis 1, device 3, that is correct. Lift crane arm, axis 5 on device 3, that's correct. Next one, we need the stick in and out. On device 2, axis 6 and axis 5. Okay, the next one is extend the crane arm. That's the extension moves in and out. So if it's extend, I want to push it away from me. And that is correct. Sorry, that sound you heard was the magnet on my joystick coming off. Okay, so the next one is going to be rotate crane tool to the right. So that's the header twist. And that's all I'm going to do is I'm going to save and go back into the game. And like I said, you guys really do have to pay attention to what that last word is because that's usually the directional. So if something's backwards but you still did it in the correct direction like it said, just go into the XML finding and just invert that axis. It's a relatively quick fix and it's saving a lot more time compared to what we were going through that I explained earlier. So I'm just going to go ahead and hop in the harvester real quick. Oh, I already had one. Whoops. All right, well, it's going to be a party. All right, so I'm going to drive forward and brake, backwards and forwards. Steer right, and it goes right. So that's good. One quick thing I want to bring up for the people that are saying, you know, I keep hitting the brake and the vehicle won't go backwards. There is an option in here. Where is it at? Stop and go braking. So when this is turned on, it means if you're moving forward and you hit the brakes and you want to go backwards, you have to wait for the vehicle to come to a complete stop, and then you have to let go of the brake, press it again, and then you start going backwards. Personally, I'm just used to the, you know, going forward, hit the brake, hold the brake down, and you're going backwards. I'm used to that, so I leave that option on. Okay. So boom up, boom down, rotate left, rotate right, stick out away from me. Okay, that one is inverted. Okay, but extension out and rotate right, rotate left. So now you guys can do one of two things. You can go back into the in-game controls and you can remap the right button y-axis where it says, you know, left, and you can actually retract. Or what I prefer to do is I prefer just go into the XML files and invert that axis. That way there's no conflicting problem later on trying to map another control. But that's it. That's how easy it is. Guys, don't waste your time trying to do what I explained before. Go in, make sure you have the update, get your controls mapped, invert some axes, and go on. That's it. See you guys later.